Good evening, everyone. Mic test, mic check. How is everyone doing? Gosh, it's been raining. It's been raining hard, no? Raining really hard. It's hard to run errands. It's hard to go around. I'm happy that my talks for the past for today and for tomorrow are all going to be webinars. So I didn't need to move anywhere else. But gosh, it's been hard. I've been running errands today and yesterday, and I I live in an area where everything is 15 minutes walkable. So when I go to the groceries, when I buy something, I just walk. Walking is just so hard still. I don't want to take a car. I think it eats up a lot of time, especially for the parking part. So, okay, I'm going to rant later. But in the meantime, good evening, everyone. I know I'm late. I know I'm doing this almost 10 o'clock now, but I had to do a lot of things for work. I had to finish that first. And I said, let's distress. Let's talk about something that I think will help us remind ourselves about how to manage our anxiety and stress at work. And that is tonight's topic is going to be about having an outlet for your work, outside work, or it could be an outlet that you do within the office. That's also fine. The point is, I'd like to know your thoughts about what do you do to stress? What do you do to let go of all of the pain, mental pain, physical pain, all the exhaustion, so many deadlines, a lot of things that need to be done, and you haven't even, I'm not even including the commute part for people who have to go on site because the commute itself is also stressful to do. What do you do? I'd love to learn some of your tips. I'd also gonna share some of my stories. I also want to share some literature based on what research tells us, for example. So we're gonna have a quick and good night for this discussion. Okay. In the meantime, I'm gonna say hi now to folks. Iris says, "Good evening, Sir John. I miss kita in your talks." Alisa says, watching straight out of office. Ooh, 9:48 seems like a late night to get out of the office. I'm assuming, though, that this is a shift thing. Or are you an 8 to 5 p.m. and you're just leaving the office at 10? Nadine says, I attend dance classes 2 to 3 times a week. I'd go for that. Dancing, singing, painting, sports. I think they're a no-brainer. Uh, Mona Lisa says, "Oof, I will not deny this part." And she says, eating. Can I get the letter E as in eating, if you guys agree? The only thing about, here's my issue with life. Lahat ng masarap, everything that is so delicious to take, to consume, to experience, usually they're also the things that are bad for you. Can I get an exclamation mark if you agree? Eating is so good, but it's not good to eat everything in this world. And the worst part is the most delicious things are also the unhealthiest things. Lots of sugars, lots of fats, lots of artificial things, lots of sodium, for example. No. Erica K says watching and reading self-help books. K drama for Maine. Walking. Ooh. Paulo, I agree with you. So I have a dog. Press release, by the way. I'm going to talk about this quickly later on. I currently, and I'm not sure if it's going to be permanent, I currently have a second dog now, which only happened last night. I wasn't expecting it, but it happened. And the second dog is still in my apartment. But I'll talk about that later on. But my point is, I find it so meditative that when I have to walk my dog, Angelo in this case, I get to clear my mind. Sometimes I get to sort out things that are work related. So I get to itemize, okay, if I'm walking Tanjiro at 6 o'clock in the morning, I get to list down the top 10 things that I need to do for work today. But it also helps me get away from all the PowerPoint slides, the spread. It helps me forget all my admin work, for example. So I'm thankful. Plus, you also get some exercise. Did you also know that there are studies that show that if you and your partner, business partner, or anyone that you have to talk to for work, when you conduct the meeting as a walking activity rather than meeting static on a table, on a chair, when you walk together, there's a higher chance that you guys are going to be agreeing with each other because unconsciously or subconsciously, you and the other party feels like you guys are walking towards a certain goal, literally. And so you feel like you're syncing each other. and so you're not in conflict with each other. You tend to be more compromising. You tend to be more negotiating. You tend to be more forgiving of the other person's requests. Interesting, right? This is the reason why a lot of Silicon Valley leaders choose to conduct their meetings while walking. Steve Jobs was a very big fan of this. This is the reason why the Apple campus, the office, is designed in a way with a lot of covered portions for grass, for greenery, for trees. Glenn Canyunaso says that's true. Play golf while walking. Hmm. I don't play golf, but that makes also sense. Buen Garces also says walking and or jogging every morning. Alisa Malolot says visual arts or any artsy outlet, but now currently reading books and watching 90s cartoons. It is so mentally refreshing. What 90s cartoons are you watching? Thundercats ba yan? I don't know. 2 days ago, I just stumbled into Thundercats and I ended up watching episodes. So good. The Hanna Barbera cartoons are always good cartoons to watch. Oh, there's one more pala. 90s cartoons also. 90s cartoons. Visionaries. The one where they convert themselves into an animal or into a staff. Tapos they become like a god or something. I find peace whenever I watch the sunset, says Daniel. That also works. Uh, Here's one more. I'm reading on TikTok naman. Listening to music and dancing, says Purple Gray. Bebe Times is my next door. If your outlet is spending time with your loved ones, whether it's your parents, your siblings, or your romantic loved one, I so agree. I go for physical training like boxing and Muay Thai, says Jane Beauty. Thank you for sharing that. This one. Any suggestions on what activities can work from home people can do while working at home to lessen stress? I want to invite people now to please start typing your answers because I agree. We can't just give people responses as if they're now back to normal because not everyone is back on site. Some people are permanently working from home. So most of the time, boredom sets in. And I can attest to this because during the pandemic, gosh, the reason why I got a dog in 2021, in 2022, sorry, 2022 ba? 2021, sorry, is because I just couldn't bear things doing on my own anymore. So I agree. If you're working from home, ooh, lots of things. Ooh, this worked for me. Lego. Lego. I bought a box of Lego. And again, it works for me because I have an artistic side of me. I love drawing, I love painting, I love building things. I think someone mentioned in the chat box, Kanina, building Sims. Same thing also. I love playing those kinds of games. So it's scientifically proven that if you channel your boredom into creating something physically, tangibly, it makes you feel like you're more accomplished, even if, it's just building Lego, for example. So I would recommend that get some Lego bricks and build something out of it. Uh, Home decoration, home furnishing. I think the reason why Home Buddies, which is a very popular Facebook group, became so big during the pandemic is because it was the only outlet of people who couldn't get out of the house. Plus, it was when people realized that hey, I'm inside my home anyway, might as well just fix this and make it even better. What else? Planting, yes, says Susanet Pacheco. I will say, however, that planting is not for everyone because not everyone has that space. Even in condominiums, it's going to be hard for you to also do it. Joel Barnachea says going to gym 3 times a week. Same thing also. Most people think that going to the gym is just about building a better body. It's not. For me, going to the gym is such a meditative activity. When you do some deadlifts, for example, when you do some weights, I think everything just stops, and then you have your earphones with you, and you feel like the only thing is you and the music and the weights. I will totally say that that is such a very relaxing and distressing activity. Gwen Garces also says Zumba dancing. O puzzle, sabi ni Charibel. Okay, unpopular opinion here. Puzzles are cool, I think, but I do find them boring. So it doesn't work for me. Which again, my point is find something that works for you. It could be a trial and error thing. My mind says having a pet. Yes, that obviously is what happened to me. Okay, I'm gonna add this now. By the way, journaling says Mishka. Okay, can I just do a PSA, a public service announcement here because I'm gonna ask for your help. So I live in an area where sometimes we often see a lot of stray dogs walking around. I live in BGC, and I've been seeing this dog in my area. So the area of 27th, 26th, 25th, 24th Street, if you're familiar with that. That's the area in SM Aura. That's the area where the American Battle Memorial, that area. I often see this dog walking around. It's been almost a month that I see him almost every night. He doesn't smell bad. He looks well fed. His fur are totally good. I look at his paws and they're not stripped off. So it seems like someone takes good care of this dog. But I don't see the dog going home. The dog just goes around the area. So last night I gave him some food because I feel like it's been raining so hard. And then when I gave him some food and when I'm about to go home, uh, and I was with Tanjiro as well walking, he just hugged my legs and didn't let me go. So I felt bad, and I knew, the first thing that I thought was like, John, don't bring this dog home. Don't bring this dog home because you can't take care of another dog. Long story short, I brought him home. I brought him home because I want to own him yet, because I understand that someone might own this dog. But when I asked around, all of the guards and everyone said that this dog doesn't go home anywhere. He does go home in a certain area somewhere here. Um, So I might visit that place some point and ask around who owns this dog. But the first thing that came into my mind is that I have to bring this dog to a vet. So that's what I did this morning, which really sucks because it was raining so bad. I am around 15 minutes walk to Market and SM Aura, and just 15 minutes walk. So I walked, brought him. Good thing was that generally all of his health stats were good, except that this dog has Ehrlichia. And if you're a dog owner, you know that Ehrlichia. So it's like a worm. It's a virus caused by a tick. So if the tick bites you and the virus transfers to you, it can stay there for a few months, sometimes years, but it is a fatal disease. It's a silent killer. It's how one of the dogs of my sister died. It's also what Tanjiro got 2 years ago. So good thing because the moment I brought this dog home, I had to separate Tanjiro from him, and this dog stayed in the other bedroom instead. I'm speaking from a place of privilege because I do have a second bedroom. So I'm happy that that got converted into a second bedroom instead. So now my point is this: if you can help me, if there's anyone here in Taguig or BGC, I have two options. I can keep the dog and I will struggle, but I will work hard to keep the dog. But number two, if there is anyone who knows where this dog lives and goes home, let me know so I can bring the dog back home. However, my issue is that this dog is always unleashed, meaning whoever owns the dog, if he really goes home, does not have a proper home where he gets leashed. And in BGC, it's illegal to not put your dogs on leash. You can be apprehended for that, which means that the owner may not be a responsible owner. Or number three, I'll be open to this as well, if you guys are okay with it. If someone wants to adopt a dog, okay, I would let you adopt this dog as long as you take good care of him as well. I have already named him, and you can change the name if you want, but because I'm a big fan of Black Clover, and I think that this dog is doing so well despite not having a proper home, I called him Asta from Black Clover. So there, there. Can I get an exclamation mark if you guys are listening? I don't see people typing anything in the chat box, by the way. Or was that a very long story? So there. I was almost crying because when he was hugging my legs, I feel like, oof, I can't just let go of this dog. It's he. I wish I can show you the photos, but I took photos of the dog. When Tanjiro and I were entering the elevator of the building, he was just there outside the door, as if waiting what happens next. So I had to go back and I had to bring him home instead. So there. There are also other dogs. If you're in Taguig area, BGC area, in Market. This morning when I went to the vet, I saw another dog. This was a female, so thin, so frail. I had to buy some dog food instead in the supermarket and got some a bottle of water. And then this woman, this dog just ate immediately the moment I placed the food on the floor. So I felt bad. If you know me and if you've been listening to my live streams, I've been saying this. I've always wanted to have my own orphanage for kids, but it also has like an orphanage for stray dogs. So there. Speaking of outlet, that's my outlet because I think dogs are just so amazing. It's so amazing to take note that they've been wolves originally. And over time, for thousands and thousands of years, they got evolved into something that can be clingy to men, to males, to females, to humans. And they are one of the most loyal animals that you can, they do have an idea of having someone, a master who takes good care of them. So there. So I'm gonna repeat this story maybe again when I do another live stream. But if you know anyone who wants to adopt a dog, or if you know anyone in BGC who may have an idea who owns this dog, the dog is color brown with white. Interestingly, he's as big as Tanjiro, which means like he's just a little bit bigger than a corgi, but he doesn't bark like a big dog because it seems like he's a mix of a Chihuahua and Labrador. Can you imagine how's that weird? He barks like a Chihuahua. Like seriously, he barks like a Chihuahua. But because maybe he's a mix of a Labrador color, like a golden retriever color, but a bit white, he looks like that. I don't have the photos here. Obviously, it's in my phone, and I'm using my TikTok for my phone. So there. Saan po nakapwesto sa Market Market? Okay, this other dog in Market Market is different. The Market Market dog that I saw is female, and it's like white and black stripes. And he's in that area where the playground is, where the Starbucks area is. So there. Okay. I'm digressing now because I want to spend more time now to our discussion. So could you please let's go back to the discussion. Could you please type what are your ways of distressing, and let's share how we do that more effectively. Let's do that with others as well. Bigyan na tahimik lahat, oh. Tumahimik lahat. Ayan, Jen Mercader says, Sir Jonathan, can we see that dog a bit? I don't have kasi the photo. I'll do that next time. Or ito na lang. I'll do a post on it on my Facebook page. Maybe tomorrow or a day after. I'll do a post because I will need to explain to the public that whoever owns this dog or wants to get this dog, please let me know. Okay? Basta he's brown. He's light brown with a little bit of white. Rod's very motivational speech earlier at the Concentrics event. Thank you. Ooh, Concentrics folks, thank you. I had an amazing time. 7 p.m. tonight. We had a talk, a virtual talk. 5,000 employees, by the way. So the energy was like to the roof. That I got disconnected twice. Why? Because my laptop kept on crashing because everyone just kept on messaging in the chat box. That's how it was so amazing. So thank you, Concentrics folks. Okay. Kulai says journaling and reading. Richard says when I travel, I vlog, I find editing videos therapeutic. Really? Can you edit my videos? That's what. Okay, that's the one thing I hate because I have someone who edits some of my videos. But remember, when you do motivational videos, it's you can't just pass this on to someone to edit because it requires an understanding of what the person is talking about. So sometimes I have to be the one to edit my videos. So um, someone here is saying that editing videos is therapeutic. Richard Jimenez, my gosh, which planet do you live in? Not therapeutic at all for me, but good for you. Ooh, Joan Santos says, I went to a whole body massage for 2 hours and that's how I distress myself. True. Can I call this out by the way? If you're in Taguig or BGC, shucks, ayokong ibigay ang secret na to. Palm home massage. Can I just say that? 300 pesos for 1 hour. They go to your apartment, home massage. If you want some ventosa, 1.5 hours, it's only 450. That's a big steal. So, and call, I would recommend Yvonne or Ariane to do your massage. Nag-live na, Brewed coffee, says Chris Maliari. And nice music for work from home. Thank you. Okay, by the way, we're not just sharing some thoughts here. If you have any questions about your career, because that's the point of doing this career conversation, right? Please also join us. It will be great if you can catch us. So I think we got disconnected a bit on TikTok, but now we're back. Ayan, is this Tito Eugene? Tito Eugene ba to from Ireland? Yes. It's my Tito Eugene who says, shout out now from Ireland. Hello, Tito. I haven't seen you for a while. I know that Jed has seen you because he visited Dublin. So I'm saying hello as well. Spending a day in the beach due to the stress. By the way, can I just say there is a term called stress laxing. Stress laxing. What does it mean? It means when you are relaxing, like you're at the beach or you're traveling, while you are relaxing, you feel stressed because you're concerned that while you're not in the office or while you don't have your laptop in front of you, you feel like something is gonna go wrong. And so you even get more stressed. Can I get an exclamation mark? If you can relate to that, that's called stress laxing, by the way. I am guilty of that. That's why if I don't have my laptop, at least have my phone. I'm so guilty of this. Uh, I'll give you an example, and I still regret this up to this day. 2018, my first time to bring my parents. I've been to Paris, Barcelona, and Rome many times for work and for leisure as well. So one day I decided to bring my parents also. Uh, decided to bring my parents also to Europe. And I so regret this because I remember there was a time that when my mom and dad and my sister went to the Eiffel Tower and they saw it on their own, I did not join them because I said to myself that I have to finish some PowerPoint slides. And you know what I really regret? I regret the fact that I did not see their faces. I did not see their smiles. I was also grumpy at this time because there were so many deadlines for work that I had to do. But I so regret it because I wish I can redo that moment again when I feel that they were in awe of seeing the Eiffel Tower at night. This was the reason why I brought them here anyway, and yet I wasn't there for them. So, and that's because I did not commit that if I was going to into a vacation, I should go shut down. I should shut down my laptop. I could check my phone or my laptop, but I should do that when I already went back home. But these days, I'm wiser and older. When I really go for a vacation, I tell to myself, I will not bring my laptop. The only thing that I will bring is my smartphone so that if ever I need to urgently respond to emails, I will, but I will not bring my laptop. And it does work. Because when you psychologically know that your laptop is there beside you, sometimes you'll be urged to work also. And that's where the stress starts creeping in again. You end up as if you're just working in the beach. It just happens that there is sand, but you're still like in the office. And that defeats the purpose. Marisol says guilty as well. Okay, let's answer some folks on TikTok as well. Abraham on TikTok is asking this. Sir John, what if? Ooh, this is an interesting question. Sir John, what if for some people family are their source of distressing, but in my case, I'd rather spend time in the office because I'm not in good terms with my family. And so I most of the time I prolong staying in the office. Kung pa naman ito. Kung pwede pa nga po, I will sleep in the office na lang. Ooh, I feel so sad, Abraham. I wish that this isn't the situation for you. I can understand. Not everyone, you don't get to choose your family, and you don't get to have that level of trust or love for your family. So sorry for that. If you don't have your family for it, then if you can't choose your family, we choose our friends. So I will recommend if you have an opportunity in this case to look for other friends that you can hang out with after work. Easier said than done, but it might be a signal or a sign for you to look for your own apartment or your own home. And I know that it's not going to be the easiest thing because it requires money. But that means that if you can spend more time alone and private in your own home, then you can recreate your own distressing moments. You can watch TV in private. You can have your own pets if you want. You can exercise in private. And can I say this, by the way? I'm going to be that guy who will advocate and say, even if it will end up spending more money for you, go. I will recommend that you should spend money for an apartment that is near your office. Can I get an exclamation mark if you agree? Yes. Go spend. If it's another 5,000 pesos or 8,000 pesos, maybe 10 or 15 or 20 is too much. But if it's an extra 5,000 pesos or 8 that you can spare, I would go for it. Why? The idea that you'll be able to wake up in the morning knowing that you don't need to rush for the MRT or that you're not fighting against. the grab surge, because grab surge might set you back for another 500 pesos just for that trip. The idea that you don't need to worry about this because you are walking distance to your office, I think it's priceless. Agree? I think it's priceless. That is the amount of stress that you don't want to bear on a daily basis. Plus, if you have now more time to sleep, when you get to the office, you don't feel grumpy. And when you have more sleep, you feel healthy, you perform better at work, you recite better in meetings, you have a sharper memory. It fast tracks your promotion simply because you are healthier with more sleep and less stress. Also, here's what I recommend. If you are close to the office, you're likely going to be spending more time with your office mates even after office hours. Meaning, Thursday night or Friday night, you go out with your office mates for a night out. Do it within the area anyway. Let's say if you're in Makati or in BGC, for example, and you just need to walk back home again. I'm going to say this with, again, I'm going to say this from a place of privilege. But when someone asks me, John, how do you get so many things done? And how is it that you don't look like you're always stressed? My answer is simple. I chose to invest to live in a place where most of my work happens. And for that reason, I chose to live in a place where everything is a 15-minute walk. The grocery is 15 minutes, the bank is 15 minutes, the photocopier company or the courier company is 15 minutes. Everything is 15 minutes so that I can always go back home and I can always do something afterwards. Plus, in my area, so again, I live in Taguig, I live in BGC, most of my talks happen in these hotels. It happens in either the company's office or if I need to travel, at least they happen in Makati, which is also nearby. If ever they happen in Pasig, I'm very happy because there's now the BGC Ortigas link as well. So from BGC to Ortigas or to Pasig, before it was 1 hour, significantly. That's now 20 to 30 minutes. Is it expensive? Hell yes. You have zero idea, including the food, for example. Right? No, I cannot, I love cooking, but I don't have the time to cook. I'm very time poor. But that is the price that I pay in exchange for being able to get a lot of things. It saves you so much of the stress that I think is the trade-off if you choose to live far and far away from where you need to be. When I say far, 2 hours for me is far. 1 hour going, I think that's bearable, but 1 hour and a half or 2 hours going alone, which means it's 4 hours every day, man, the company must be paying you so well. That's my perception. That's my impression. The company must be paying you so well in order for you to agree to travel 2 hours one way. Okay, other folks, can I check your? Let me just see here. How can I manage your finances when you are living in BGC? Says Tom. Well, number one, I'm not an employee. I'm a business owner. I'm an entrepreneur. I also got lucky because when I won the Apprentice Asia, it came with a very ridiculously a lot of money for the cash prize. And I was able to capitalize on that to build other businesses. It's been more than a decade now since I've won the show, and I was able to build a lot of assets out of that. So that's the reason why. Okay. Oh, lots of folks on Concentrics are messaging in the chat box, by the way. Thank you again. Well, I wish I can talk again to Concentrics folks. Thank you for the amazing energy you gave me tonight for the talk. Okay. Can I also add distressing? And I talk about this in my Work Smart, Not Hard workshops. In the field of productivity, there is what we call as the tandem technique. The tandem technique is when if you hate doing something, you try to match and tandem it with another, you pair it up with another activity that you like doing so that you get to focus your brain on the one thing that you love, but you're unconsciously doing the other thing that you don't like. I'll give you a very relatable example. I don't like washing dishes, but because I live alone, I have to wash my own dishes. And so washing dishes is usually 20 minutes. That is the sweet spot. That's the perfect amount of time to finish an anime episode, or the sweet spot for watching a Netflix episode from a TV series. So I schedule that if I have to wash my dishes, it's also watching time for my favorite TV show. I get to focus on the TV show, not on cleaning and washing my dishes. This, by the way, does not only apply to activities, it also applies to people. If you're afraid to speak in front of the public, the tandem technique is that you have to try to focus your eyes and efforts on someone else in the audience who you feel comfortable with, so that your uh, level of being nervous goes low as well. Oh, ayan. Che Riel says, just what I'm doing now. I'm washing my uniforms, ha ha ha, while watching our live stream. So thank you for joining our session. Okay, that's a tandem technique. I find it very helpful when I do my PowerPoint slides in the evening, and they're not the intellectual slides, meaning I'm doing some slides for the online contest, I'm doing the cover. I also watch Netflix. This is why sometimes it's a struggle for me, because animes can be dubbed or subtitled. I prefer to watch the subtitle, because when you listen to the Japanese voice and the Japanese characters, you really get to feel the emotions better when it's dubbed. So that's the trade-off, because if it's subtitled only, you can't focus on your laptop while watching at the same time. No. Okay. Gladiators in suits. I want to give away some prizes now. It's time to do this. Can I get letter P if you're ready to get our prizes? We're going to give away 4 tickets to our upcoming workshops that are happening at the SMX Convention Center. Folks on TikTok, if you're wondering what those workshops are, those are this. Go to this website. That's johnyabut.com/talks. We have workshops on leadership, social media marketing, public speaking, and also business writing. 3 hours each, 1,799 pesos per ticket. We've had more than 5,000 students since 2018 who have attended our workshop, and I want you to be part of that. I want you to be part of our learning. So, if you guys are ready, folks on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, this is, you see that? This entire array of schedule. That's the schedule for our August workshops. August 25, Friday, and August 26, Saturday. What is the category for today? I still don't know. I'm thinking out loud now. Ano bang pwede? Is technology okay? Technology is okay? Yes. Ay, ito na lang. Not technology. Can I do productivity as well? Productivity slash career management. Or, yeah, productivity. Is that okay? Sige. So this is simple. There is what we call as this law. This law states that if something can go wrong, it will go wrong. Which means from a point of view of productivity, you better prepare for the worst case scenario, because if it can happen, it might just happen. If you have a plan A, always have a plan B, plan C, and plan D. Question, what is that law? And I'll give you a clue. It starts with letter M. Okay, what is that law? If something can go wrong, it will go wrong. Okay, I'm gonna wait for a few seconds for this. Ooh, I see a lot of people typing their answers now. So let's select some winners. I'm picking 5 winners on TikTok first. Can we do that? Ayan, ang dami. Oh my gosh. Wait, can I call Tanjiro, by the way? People want to see Tanjiro though eh. My bedroom here is at the back, so you can see Tanjiro. But let me first call out the winners. 5 winners on TikTok. Here are the following. My first winner is 𝗀𝘃, BUNGSKIE. Congratulations. Second winner is JM. By the way, the correct answer is Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law. Third winner is KT, KAT1E. Fourth winner is NIN, NIN. Congratulations. And fifth winner is Roland Kasama. Congratulations. Folks on TikTok, How do you claim your prize? Please go to this website, johnnyabot.com/free. We need to get your email address and we'll send you the instructions on how to claim your prize shortly. So please, for all the winners, all five, congratulations. Let's give them exclamation mark. Now, I am I'm gonna hold this paper for a bit so people can catch it. I'm gonna call now the winners on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. My winners are, the first one actually is Mr. Richard Jimenez on LinkedIn. Congratulations. My winners on YouTube are Neil Talavera. Congratulations. And JD Huang. Congratulations as well. Now, Facebook winner, 𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗀 congratulations. And then Leila de Guzman, also on Facebook. And then my last winner on LinkedIn is Kate Baunilio. Congratulations, Kate Baunilio. Okay, congratulations. Folks on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, how do you claim your prize? I am typing it now in the chat box. Please do claim your prize. This is johnnyabot.com/free. johnnyabot.com/free. Okay. Let me call Tanjiro, by the way, before we go for our next part. Tanjiro! Oh, he's here, but he's sleeping. He's sleeping like here. Come here. Come, dali. Some folks want to see you. Oh, he's sleeping now. He's kind of sleepy. It's past his bedtime. He needs to stretch. I feel bad. I had to wake him up to like. You want to come? Come. Right here. Come. Sorry, guys. He doesn't want to show up. Sorry. We'll do another time. Okay. In the meantime, let's continue our conversation now. If you've sent a question a while ago, maybe request if you can cut and paste it again because we might have missed it out. Probably it's already buried into the chat box. Okay. Gorgeous Grace on TikTok is asking this. How do you empower your second line officers in terms of decision making, not so much dependent on a boss? Number one, you have to give people authority levels of approval. And the reason for that is because if they think that even if they can decide on their own, but you're going to have a last say anyway, they will always withhold. They will always find a reason not to do it on their own. So what I would usually do is that I will meet up with my second line officers and tell me, if the situation is X, Y, and Z, you don't need to ask me anymore. Do it. You may have some mistakes. Fine, that's a given. We're going to take on that mistake if ever it happens. Ideally, don't make that mistake. But these are the kinds of decisions wherein you don't need me to be there. Okay? Most leaders don't discuss this with their second line officers. Okay? It's the same thing as authorization limits. If it's more than 10,000 pesos, you can't decide that. I have to be the one to sign it first. But if it's less than 10,000 pesos, go. Whatever happens to it, I trust you. Okay? So I would recommend to have that one-on-one conversation with your direct reports. Okay? Also, when you spot that someone in your team was able to do something with minimal supervision, recognize it, announce it, celebrate it, tell it to the rest of the team. The more that they notice that these teams are being celebrated, the more that they will embrace the fact that, so my boss likes these things. Therefore, I will stand up on my own. I will try to do things also on my own. That is how you build culture. So you have to do it bit by bit, night by night, day by day as well. Raymond Christian, manager says chit chat is unproductive. Is that healthy? It depends on how long the chit chat is. If it's just a matter of 5 to 10 minutes, I think that's very healthy because you oscillate. You try to find an outlet because you can't keep on staring at your laptop the entire time. However, if chit chat is so long, too frequent to the point that the ratio of the chit chat is more than the amount of work you've accomplished, it becomes a disrupting factor now. Okay. Mishka, what do you suggest is a good investment for someone who is starting his or her career? Do you mean financial investment or what? Could you please type in the chat box? I would like to clarify. If financial investment, not savings, obviously, because you're 0.025%. Money market isn't high these days, but when I was like 4 years ago, money market was like almost as liquid as cash, but interest rates are way higher. So there. Pag-ibig, the M3, dividends are like 8%, 7% these days. Of course, that's not forever, but it's way better than savings rate. Okay. Career. Si Jonathan, nag-finance live stream tuloy. Career level daw ang question ni Mishka. What are the investments that I need to do career level wise? Easy. Public speaking skills. I will say this, and I'm not being biased because I conduct workshops about this. I'm saying it because that is how I think I'm able to become who I am today. More than anything else, no matter how intelligent you are, if you cannot convey the message across an audience, you will not succeed. I will say this already. If you do not invest in your vocabulary, if you don't invest in your confidence level, if you don't convince in being able to be smooth in transitioning from topic A to point B, you will not succeed. I will say this. You will still succeed, but it will not be as fast as someone else who's able to communicate and charm their audiences. At the end of the day, any line of work involves communication more than anything else. That includes your writing and public speaking. Invest in it. Train as frequent and as much as you can. Okay. Can I get an exclamation mark if you guys agree? Yes. There is no substitute to communication skills. Even AI, even ChatGPT cannot replace that, because here's what my take. It's easy to spot these days if an email or a paragraph is generated through AI. There is usually a pattern, meaning they use highfalutin words, they go around the circles, they use very formal wording. I will say this. This is also why if the sentence is more casual, the sentence is more free flowing, usually it's written by a human, not by a robot. Okay, Garrett is asking on TikTok, is it possible that you finished all the interviews and then later on, that's when they will say to you that they cannot, and then suddenly at the end of it, they will tell you that they cannot afford your asking salary? I find this very unfair. This is why if an interview is gonna be like 3 or 4, the first interview, fine. Maybe salary is not going to be asked, or salary will only be discussed at the last part. But I will not do a second, third, or fourth interview if the salary is not being shared. Why? You're wasting your time. I am not here desperate for a job. You need me, and I also need you. So before we proceed, I'm going to ask for the salary. If I were to put that into words, I will say something like this: Mr. Recruiter or Miss Recruiter, before we proceed to the next round of interview, I hope you appreciate that in order to manage my time and also your time, I think it's important to discuss the compensation and the remuneration for this job. If they tell you that you're about the money, you can challenge them and say, no, it's not just about the money, it's about the value of the person. And I think amazing companies are people who do not have any concerns or issues talking about compensation at the very start. Because if they really have no issues about it, and it means that they're transparent about it, it means they care for their people. They want to be competitive, attracting the best talent as well. Okay. Okay, let's answer some more question. Ooh, TikTok is popping with lots of question. What are the usual exercises that you're doing regularly to enhance your public speaking skills? A big part of public speaking, on top of practicing, is imitating. Okay? It's imitating. Can I get a letter I if we're embracing that? It's imitating. When I say imitating, you watch someone speak and then you tell to yourself, I like the way she said that. Let me imitate it, create my own style, and deliver it in my next talk. So when you say imitating, you have to look at a lot of people to imitate. So since 2016, I have never missed watching at least one TED Talk every day. If I know that I will miss a TED Talk tomorrow, I will watch 2 TED Talks today. And the reason for that is because TED Talk is very short. It's only 10 minutes to 15 minutes. So it's bite-sized, and it gives you an idea of how different types of people and different types of topics are discussed using different styles of speaking. So when I watch one TED talk, I say, that guy was good in his hand gestures. Let me imitate that. Let me do that in my next talk. And then let me record myself and see how I fared. That's what I would usually do. My second tip is there is no substitute to watching your own body, your own mouth, and listening to your own voice. We often overestimate how we speak because we visualize how we speak, but you'll be surprised. Record yourself, audio and video. You'll be surprised. You'll have moments in your recordings where you will say, "Gosh, is that me? I am cringing. That's not how I speak. Is that really how bad I speak?" And I think it motivates you so well because the more that you see yourself in real life, in recording, the more you tell to yourself, I don't want to be like that person. I'm going to be better. I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to push harder. Okay. Okay. She is asking, how do I highlight my skills in an interview despite lack of experience? I'm going to challenge this now. It's going to be hard for you to cut through the noise if you don't have any experience. If you're a student and you don't have work experience, get internships, get online selling, get freelancing, because the rest of the world is now doing it. If you want to be competitive, you have to step up to the plate. You have to have. So I'm going to be snobbish about this, but you need to have work experience before you go for work. And that work experience may not be the biggest company. It could be a small company. It could be a volunteer work, anything else. As long as you try to exhibit that in your past job, you were able to show that I know how to work with different personalities. I've taken on leadership positions. So, for example, if you're a fresh grad and you really have zero work, talk about your orgs, your clubs. Were you the president, vice president, etc.? These are the substitutes in lieu of not having work experience. Okay. Uh, Aljumed, am I pronouncing it right? Aljumed on TikTok is asking, uh, Sir John, why is episode, oh, is this true? Why is episode 4 Dao of our season 2 of our podcast on Spotify not available? Let me check. Last time I checked was last month. So let me check. But from my recall, all of the episodes in our podcast. So if you're interested, by the way, catch us on Spotify. Our podcast is called From Grit to Great. Search my name. We talk about career management. Just like these kinds of conversations, we give tips to people who have concerns about their jobs and their careers. So Aljamed, let me check later after this. But I find that weird that there is a missing episode. Anong episode ba yun? Episode 2 of season 2. I can't remember what what the episode was. Okay, but we'll find a way. Okay, we'll look into it. Thank you for raising that to me. Okay, LMA, what trainings do you offer for public speaking? On August 26th morning, we have Boost Your Confidence workshop at the SMX Convention Center, Fort BGC Aura. If you don't have time to go on site, you can catch our online course, which you can also get in our website. So for those that are wondering where our online courses are, it's this one. So TikTok folks, go to this website and you can catch all our online. We have 9 online courses: public speaking, business writing, leadership. They are designed for people who cannot get out or who are not in Metro Manila to attend our on-site workshops. Okay. If you are in Metro Manila, however, we recommend go attend our workshops in SMX instead. How much? The ticket early bird rate is 1,299. After August 20, the ticket is now 1,799. We do have bundles, 3 plus 1 and 8 plus 3. So majority of our clients are corporates. They send their entire team. 3 plus 1 and 8 plus 3 are our free bundles. Okay. Ooh, okay. Jamel Zarate on LinkedIn is asking, would it be okay to constantly ask for an update regarding the applicant standing while undergoing a 3-stage interview? I would recommend not to, because usually there is a structure that the HR follows. What do I mean? Right after my last interview with HR, I will tell them, may I ask, how are you going to contact the successful candidate? And that refers to, usually HR will tell you we will no longer contact the unsuccessful candidates because there's just too many of you. Instead, on July 31, which is the last day, we are going to contact the successful candidate, which means if you were not called out, that means you were not part of the pool that they're selecting. I would go for that route. And HR follows a structure anyway. No matter how many times that you follow up, it will just bug them. It might even change their perception about you. So I recommend that you don't bug them too many times. Okay. Um, Nin, when is the season 3 for the podcast? September. We're recording the season 2 this August, so please wait. Thank you for asking that. May I know, okay, 10 on TikTok is asking, may I know your thoughts on peer evaluation? Do you think it's reliable? I think it is because I don't want my boss to monopolize my evaluation. Peer evaluation is good. Why? It gives you a chance to be evaluated by someone else who has worked with you but doesn't have monopoly of your career. And I think it's important because you don't rely on your boss alone. Your boss is just one person that you can get learnings and coaching from. You can be coached by other senior people in the company as well. Plus, you get to have protection. Why? What if mainit ang ulo ng boss sa'yo? So the ratings are going to be bad. But if you have peer evaluation on top, it will cancel out or it will at least make it look like that your boss is giving you the wrong remarks. So it mitigates unfair scoring by other people. Okay. The last one is at the end of the day, you should be evaluated by different personalities because we should all be judged based on how we can mingle and socialize with different people. I think that determines success. So therefore, your ability to perform is based on how other people perceive you. So I think peer evaluation is just fair enough. Okay. Okay. Ooh, suddenly I got so hungry because I ate at 6 o'clock. Okay, I think I'm gonna take this as the last 1 hour na tayo. Ang bilis naman. Can I get an exclamation mark? Do you guys can you imagine it? It's already 1 hour. Okay. And by the way, can I just request if you haven't yet given us a like or a heart, could you please do so? If you haven't yet shared this live stream, could you also please do so? We will appreciate. That's the only thing that we request from you. If you could please share this live stream, it will help us, expand and improve our social media algorithm. Okay. Okay, let's take this one last answer. Pa-prize daw. O sige, ito na lang. Okay. I wasn't able to give a free book kanina as our prize, so let me do this. Okay? I'm gonna ask another question as our last question, as our last activity for this session. And my prize is I'm gonna give you one free copy of our book, the hard copy. Okay? Of Everything Will Be All Right. I don't have it here, guys, because I'm in my bedroom. I don't keep my books here. I find it creepy that I have my books in my own bedroom. So I'm going to give you a free copy of that book. Plus, I'm going to let you attend our Boost Your Confidence workshop. Just that workshop on Saturday, August 26th. Is that cool with you? Yes? Yes? Okay. I'll be signing personally the book as well. Okay? The catch is you need to share this live stream on your feed. So please do that now. You need to share, because if I do not see the shared beside your name, you will not be eligible to join this contest. So please share it now. I'll give you a few seconds. Okay, let's do that. Thank you. Shared. Thank you. Ayan, people have finally shared. I'll give you last few seconds. Now, what's the category for this last question? I think the category would be, ano ba? Can it be about, ito na lang, sige. So this one's subjective, but there are many ways to answer this question. So I will just select who's gonna win, okay? Only one person's gonna win this, by the way. So please give me the best answer that you can give, okay? So our category is about public speaking. Okay, public speaking. So question is this: give me a tip, and I will judge if I think that your tip is good. Some people find it awkward when they look into people's eyes every time they speak in front of an audience. They find it awkward. So here's my question. Give me a tip on what can you do instead if you cannot look straight into people's eyes. And what's the reason why we want to make it look like we're looking into people's eyes? Because it means that we are engaging. It's a true trademark of confidence. But if you find it awkward, what should you do instead? So give me a tip. And if I liked your tip, you will win our book and you get to attend for free our Boost Your Confidence workshop on August 26th. Okay? Ayan, okay. I'm trying to, wow, so many answers. I'm looking at the timestamps now because I can only choose one answer, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Only one answer. You guys got it. Okay. My winner, okay. Gladiators in Suits, my winner is from Facebook. And before I announce the winner, the correct answer is you don't need to look into people's eyes. You just need to make it look like that you're looking into their eye. Okay, no one will find out. So look into their face, their forehead, could be their nose, could be their cheeks, could be their chin, could be their mouth. Sometimes if this is person one and this is person two, what I do is I look in between the faces. No one will find out. Okay? No one will know if you're really looking at them. But the point is, you have to make it look like you're engaging them directly. And that includes making it look like that your eyesight, your line of sight, is straight into other people's eyes. Okay? Congratulations. My winner now is, so the answer is you can look into their forehead, their cheeks, their nose. The winner from Facebook is 𝗧cie𝗱𝗆. Okay? Age ba to or L? Oh, age. 𝗧cie𝗱𝗆𝗆. Congratulations. Let's give an exclamation mark to age. Age, if you're attending our workshop, okay, on August. So by the way, this is your, sorry. I'm gonna paste it here na lang pala. Age, because you're on Facebook, I am typing it now in the chat box. This is where you need to go to claim your prize. And when you attend the workshop on August 26th, please approach me and introduce yourself so I can hand over to you personally a copy of the book. Okay? Yes. Thank you. Ba, alas 11 na ha, but you guys still have an amazing energy. So thank you. I appreciate that. I'm only as good as the energy bounced back to me. So thank you. Okay. Gladiators in Suits, I'll see you guys. I'll try to be online tomorrow. I think I can. Yes. And please message me separately. I'm looking for a good topic to discuss for tomorrow. So give me suggestions and we'll consider them as well. Okay? So stay safe, stay dry. It's been really raining so hard. I wish you all the best. And remember, always aspire for a better version of who you are. Stay safe. Bye, guys.